Greetings! Peace! What's going on, sentient beings? Look, Prosperity Priestess, here with a video because it's officially Scorpio season. And I just had to dive in. Like, you know, Scorpio is all or nothing. Very passive, aggressive energy. We're going all the way in. We're going to the depths. D-E-P-T-H-S. Because Scorpio is about being deep. It's a water sign. And it is a fixed energy. 8th house energy. Woo! The secrets. Coming out the closet. The detective energy. I've already spoken about, you know, Scorpio energy a couple different times in different videos. And I still had these notes right here and what I was supposed to start talking about in the last video, and then I didn't. But it was still a good video. It was so long. But I'm grateful for the opportunity to have done it. So look, I did put those herbs in the jars. I was talking so much last video. I didn't even show you guys. I didn't even actually do it like I was supposed to do it on camera. I'm trying to do this on the tripod. Wrong. Is this the proper way? Did not show too much. So I put the herbs in the jars like I said I was gonna do on video. I did get that done. Great. It's following the life path, and I did that when the moon was in Taurus. So boom, today the moon is in Gemini. The sun is in Scorpio. Because it was at 29 degrees in Libra. What the fuck? Yeah, it was Libra. Yeah, I said that right. In Libra yesterday, and boom. We're like, I got this jacket here. It's detective season. It's trench coat season. You know, it's Scorpio. We gotta get in detective mode. We pull the trench coats out on them. Pull the Draco out on them. Scorpio, passive aggressive, 0 to 100, real quick. It's that energy today. And the moon's in Gemini. Gemini is all about expressing, communicating. Yeah, throat chakra, writing. So, you know, we're now into the season. What we're seeing, the sun is a Scorpio where the light is shining. The season of emotional depth. Because it's a water sign, emotions, and it's the one pertaining to the depth. Yes. Whew. Whereas Pisces is more like far out, you know, further energy, 12th house energy. And so Pisces is out. Scorpio is down in the depths. And who's that that just came to mind? Who is that deity of death? Anubis energy. Okay. And Cancer, a water sign, would be more so like internal, because it's the cardinal water. Scorpio is the fixed water. What I like to say about Scorpio energy is still waters run deep. So you walking on the ice and you don't know that shit's either gonna hold or it's gonna break. And underneath it's raging. It's very powerful, potent energy. Scorpio, the astrological sign Scorpio, is ruled by the planets Mars. Action. They don't ask questions, they take action. Just like the Aries would, the Mars energy. But there's also the Pluto aspect, which is power and depth and positioning and transformation, Phoenix energy. I like to say all P words correlate with the planet Pluto and very powerful energy, you know. So Scorpio is ruled by those two planets, Mars and Pluto. And that's why it's very powerful. It's sitting in the cut, observing, aware of everything. I say the detective energy because it's like a radar, like spiders in the 8th house. Spiders in their 8 legs, and it's like they have the web. And with Scorpios, it's like the world is like everything. It's like that internal radar. They're just very aware. Everything is, you step into their world, you step onto their web, but from an emotional level. So it's not. It's what they feel it. Gratitude. and then take the actions based on what they feel. And it's all that little shit that's not being said underneath the they're very aware that underneath the surface, that despite what it looks like, that water is raging. They're very aware of the why behind, you know. So what's that word that comes to mind? Psychology. That's 8th house energy. All right. I wanted to share, so I just humped on, because that's how I have to do it, or else I'll start thinking and not pull the trigger. Anyways, we're expressing in this energy, and we're expressing what is deep at the core. That was the point of talking about where the sun is at today and where the moon is at today. You know, I like to pull these cards. I was pulling some cards for myself. I have questions. I go to the cards, and I feel very I mean, this energy was in the air. This is out here. I communicated with somebody who's also feeling like, you know what? Putting it out there. Like, it's gonna be this or it's gonna be that. Make a choice. What is it? Like, let's that authentic expression and communication. So when I went to tarot and I was shuffling the deck and the card that revealed itself, it was the Hangman. I was like, oh. Of course, automatically when the Hangman comes, and it's major arcana as well, so it's a huge moment that's being addressed, or question that's being asked about. And it's like, or solution or energy is in terms of the what's being revealed. This is big focus point. And as soon as the Hangman energy, the first word that comes to mind is perception. Yes. Gratitude. Perception. Communication brings clarity. And Gemini moon, expressing, communicating. Short-term travel, siblings, 3rd house energy. Yeah, so, you know, the Hangman came out in reverse. So it's perception is everything. And we may think it's one thing, but you don't know. So I already knew what that meant. Like, yeah, you have to be clear, because what you put out, you don't want it to be foggy. That's like the Hangman is hanging upside down, trying to figure things out. It's like a stagnant position. And then what is derived as the conclusion, you move from there. Once you like get cut from the tree and move forward on the journey, you're gonna move forward with what you're thinking and feeling, your perception. So, you know, what's being communicated is of the utmost importance. So that happened, and then I made a decision to communicate with the encouragement of the goddess that I was speaking to. So it was I appreciate her support. I appreciate her support. That's what's up. That's what's up. And it's just very interesting, just like looking at the energies of today, because like the people involved in my day are those energies. It's just living in living in alignment via awareness. I'm grateful to be aware of the alignment that is clearly there. So, you know, it was good. We had that reciprocal energy and encouraging, empowering each other to do, you know, jump over the hurdle, do the thing. They say the thing that scares you the most, like that's a direction ahead. Last time I made a decision that scared me a lot, it was very good to do. And the time before that, and it's always good results. So that's something to keep in mind, right? You know, so you can be proud of the fact that you did jump the hurdle, which way the results end up. And so I had left the reading at just the one card. And after that, I was like, you know what? I want to know more. After I had already made my decision. So I'm like, I wonder what tarot says. So I was like, all right, I'm going to flip the deck and see what's on the bottom. I mean, it's been there the whole time. So, you know, it's there. And I made a decision before I knew it was there. So boom, I'm going to check what's at the bottom. I'm also going to split the deck and pull some cards. So I did that. The one that's at the bottom is right here. I love this card. I love this card in this deck. It was at the bottom of the deck. 1045. It's 9 to 1. How triumphant and victorious this warrior is, running with the emotions and battling the root chakra lower energies and killing that. Any of the obstacles, I see that victorious energy. I see that soldier. Ooh, that warrior. It's a knight. This is a knight. The card is a knight of cups. And as you see, this knight is coming stealth out here. Woo. All black. All black everything. Let's go. All black everything. Coming through. Strong. And winning. Fighting the demons. Beating the lower energies. Had to go get Victor. Had to get Scorpio on them. Yes, I talked about the Draco, the constellation in the last video. What's the last video? It's entitled Nature. Shoot, what did I pick? Oh, Know Thyself. Know Thyself or Believe Their Lies. Yeah. So anyways, this card, as you can see, is representing somebody coming through victoriously with the emotions. You know, is being honest and authentic with it. It was in reverse, as well as the it was in reverse, as well as the Hangman was in reverse. So now the last two cards I split the deck with, they're laying right here, and I didn't look at them yet, so I don't know what they say. But I was like, maybe I should do it on camera. Maybe I should do it with the viewing audience, or for documentary purposes. So yes, I will pull those cards and read them, and yeah, you know, but just sharing, doing my life path shit, sharing parts of myself, you know, because just as the, oh, boom, here it is. This is the affirmation that I realized the other day, because I'm experiencing it and I'm seeing it, the results. I'm like, oh, this is it? Well, this is important to remember. So I made it the affirmation. I wrote it down. I empower others by being me. Gratitude. That's what I'll do. I'm supposed to be sharing myself, even if that's not necessarily the easiest or most comfortable thing. But there are ways that I can do it, and or that I'm excited to do it in, such as when I share about the mudras and mantras, or the herbs, or the tarot. So then, boom, that's what I know I'm supposed to be doing. That way. Go that way. Talking about these planets. Talking about this energy. Showing, proving, living it. Being it. On camera. In the age of Aquarius. Right, so yes, there's these two cards here. And we're gonna talk about what they are. I'm excited to find out. What else would I like to talk about in this video in particular? Right, because I just hopped on and I think about it. Oh, well, we're going to name it Authentic Expression, because that's the energy of today, or deep expression. Just what was already there underneath. Yeah, the detectives, they see the clues. They see what it's been leading up to. They see all the seeds that have been planted previously. It's not a, it don't just happen all of a sudden. It's conditions are because of a consistent energy that's been put there. So grateful for the awareness to see or know That's what that Scorpio energy is like. They saw the consistency. They see, they feel, they know the little clues. So that's why when it explodes, it goes. So you put that with Gemini, moon energy, just wanting to play, have fun, express, be creative. And yeah, I guess it all comes out. All right. So we're just going to look at them together here. All right. Oh. That's what's up. We see more cups energy, the 10 of cups. That's like, well, the 10 is the 1 and the 0, the man and the woman. I always say that's power. So the power couple, you know, everything, the power family solutions, all of it, because it's like the 1 and the 0 coming together, and it's the emotions, it's that energy. It's no longer just a single journey. That's why the 10 of Cups card is like, you know, it's got like the family in it. Traditionally, it's the white picket fence. You know, that's what it represents, as you see in this deck. I mean, he's just giving thanks, giving gratitude for everything that is, and for making it this far in the journey. From 10 transformation is ooh, in this deck, that's that word. Illumination is in that word is for the Wheel of Fortune. Represents the Wheel of Fortune represents illumination, the power of seeing things that others do not perceive. Fortuitousness, destiny, and success. Yeah, that's the 10 energy. That's what I was trying to say with the Wheel of Fortune. So this is the 10 of Cups of emotion. So it's all that energy, the 10 of the power pertaining to the emotions, and the, you know. Oh yes, I need to read you guys the definitions here. I'm giving you my take. That's what I do, and read the card, and read the energy, and correlate it to the message, and also read what's in the book, the words there. This is the Ace of Wands. It's always great whenever you get an ace in your life. Aces are incredible. Wow. Aces are like, they're always new beginnings. Fire. Wands are fire. Desires. Entrepreneurship. This is gorgeous. I wonder why it's a big tree. I mean, oh, because this is not even although it looks, this is a small tree. This is just the beginning of the journey, but it's gonna keep growing. I know wand trees. Wow, you just gotta keep nourishing it. Ooh, 10 of Wands. That's a whole river behind them. 10 of Cups, pardon me. 10 of Cups, that's why it's a whole river. Not 20 of Wands, my bad, not that energy. 10 of Cups. The Ace of Wands, wow. Eternal gratitude. This is just going to keep growing. This is gratitude for it all. And this is the new adventure. It's just going to keep growing. All right, let me read what they say. I think this was in reverse. 3 of them were in reverse and 1 of them was upright. So like I told you, the first card was the Hangman. The Hangman, Osium. It was in reverse. The first 3 cards were in reverse, and then the last one's upright. And that's how real it was. So this is the Hangman. This is what it looks like in this deck. Yes, I'm showing you the X, and then 1, 2, 10, 12. Bong. So The Hangman, Osium, Orisha of forests, and in particular the leaves of plants. Oh, we got all the herbs out today. Go ahead, come through. All known force. Okay. Just like all the plants in this picture. Osium, Orisha of forests, and in particular the leaves of plants. Uncertainty, temporary situation, and sacrifices. Yeah, that's why the Hangman is that energy that I described in the beginning of the video, and just in contemplation, thinking like a cocoon stage. That's what, oh, okay, right, and it was in reverse. Right, that's what it's been, all that, and now it's Scorpio season, we busting out this bitch, we bringing the Dracos, it's Scorpio season. And the moon was in Gemini. It's like, once you stop, you can't, how does it go? Once you pop, the Pringles shit, once you start, the fun don't stop. Once you pop, the fun don't stop. So, Gemini is the first air sign, so it's, so I said, it's life. For all of that assertive Scorpio energy in the season that we're starting. I didn't even check the degree that the moon was at. And it keeps moving throughout the day. So, right, the Hangman in reverse is like the cocoon stage all done. And that's what I was talking about. So like that phoenix rising, that butterfly coming out, that transformation, that Kundalini energy happened. We came out the cocoon. We here now. Scorpio season. It is the first day. Alright. So that one in reverse. So no more contemplating. It's go time. Nike, just do it. And the moon is our feelings. We're in our feelings. It's telling us to go ahead, express, be creative. Be creative in your expression. And what you do. So that's why the other day I ended up emptying out. I'm gonna clear out these cabinets and create the space for these herbs, and then continue forward with the creative endeavors. So, second card. That's such a beautiful card. This card came out. This was at the bottom of the deck. It's the underlying energy. Yes, it was in reverse, but I already was talking to you guys about this energy, this warrior. So the Knight of Cups. So the Knights are always about delivering messages, and it's a message pertaining to emotions. So the Knight of Cups energy, this victorious warrior, says arrival, invitations, messenger, new love, marriage proposal. Because it's all the cups energy, and it's not. See, it's like I said, I'm pulling the cards to correlate. I pulled the cards for what I pulled the cards for, and then I decided to, which is something personal for me. And then I decided to share what I was doing, and I talk about the esoteric and explain it and teach it. So I'm explaining how the tarot cards also relate to today's energy, because that's what we do on the videos, talk about the energy, talk about a message. So it's the Scorpio season now, and it's official. It's not playing no games with the emotions, with the actions that are gonna move forward and take place. This Knight of Cups is not playing no games. So the energy, arrival, invitations, messenger, new love, marriage proposals. So it's like what is being expressed or communicated and is of the emotions is serious. Scorpio energy, you already know, is very serious. It is do or die. It is not, if it's something being done, it's for a reason. It is well calculated strategy. It's not just reacting off of the emotions. It's all of the logic is there too. We have the water and the air together, the sun and the moon energy. So it's a balanced choice and decision and strategic. That's how you be victorious. You have to work at it and work through. You was in the cocoon stage. And the cocoon stage came out swinging swords. You know what you're fighting for. Yeah, that's like that. You know what you're fighting for. Woo! So, and that's why the Scorpio energy is so serious. So serious. Alright. Last two cards. Like I said, the Ten of Cups was in reverse as well. So the first three were. And then the Ace of Wands. So I was already talking to you about how I felt about them and reading the energy of the cards. But now to read the words. The Ten of Cups says success, family, love, alcove, goodness. Yeah, you know what you're fighting for. Damn. It's like, I mean, we just go to tarot. Success, family, love, alcove, goodness. And the Ace of Wands. Birth, origin, courage, fertility, instinct. Today was the first day of Scorpio season. So also when I think about the Ace, the one. Birth, origin, courage, fertility, instinct. Because it's like new fire. There's new, it's the Ace is the one, and this fire is Wands. So yeah, that life was, Gemini moon was given life, birth, origin, courage. Yes. You know what you're fighting for. Courage. You know what you're fighting for. Fertility, instinct. Because it's talking about from the inside. Alright. All those feelings and intentions and stuff that lies deep within. Great. Great. Fantastic. So we're just going to close out with some mudras and mantras. Because that's what I like to do in the videos. Today is Saturday. Oh, it's Saturn's day. Saturn is heart chakra. So on this Saturday, let's do some heart chakra mudras and mantras. In this particular video. Anahata is a heart chakra. Anahata. The music note F. Oh, okay. Yep, I remember this one. So I did make a little short on this, how to do it. And we can take our time here. This is the one where we put our pinkies and our pointer fingers together. And so our pinkies and pointer fingers go together. This particular mudra, hand placements to activate the chakras. The middle finger is going to just simply lay down. So we're just gonna lay down. And then this ring finger, these two, they're gonna come down here. So these pinky and pointer go together. It's gonna just lay down. What is it? Middle finger. Instead of middle fingers up, middle fingers lay down. And then our ring fingers here, we're gonna put them down here. Like this. And they're gonna touch the inside of our, where our fingerprint is gonna touch. That's what happened. I brought them down and then crossed them so they could touch. Where I make a fingerprint. Thumb comes together just like a heart. Dun, 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 dun. And it looks all complicated. Yeah, that's funny. Capricorn. It looks all Baphomet-ish. It's heart chakra mudra. That's right. Saturn. That's why I look like the Baphomet. Alright. Last time, and then we'll do this, the mantra together. Pinkies and pointers together. Middle finger lays down, and ring fingers go down, and the insides are going to touch. The fingerprint is going to touch. Thumb is just going to simply come together, so it's like a heart. This is what we have here. And heart chakra is Yam, Y-A-M. So, like to do 11 of these together. Let's go ahead. You're doing a fantastic job raising your frequency, healing your emotions, allowing what's inside to come out in a harmonious manner. You're digging at the roots so that the seeds that were planted that you don't want, those plants are not growing in you. You are taking them out of you energetically. You are detoxing. So be so proud of yourself and keep doing a fantastic job. 8 more. Fantastic. And we're going to do our final 2 together. Right, gratitude. Ha! This is actually a mudra that means gratitude. I love it. All right. So certainly, please, thank you so much for doing that with me. That we did that together. I hope you did. If you did not, I hope you will. You will if you choose to, if you put your energy there, and then you can have that experience and see if that works for you, if that feels good for you, if you feel like Oh, I did kind of lighten some things up, or things that were on your heart came to mind. I love to share mudras and mantras because I find them to be an extremely effective healing practice. And I think it's very practical, it's simple, and it's just always available. You can even do it in your mind. And I think it's great for people who, such as myself, who have a lot of energy, maybe don't like to sit their ass down. I suck at meditating. Let me be impeccable with my word. Meditating is something that I am able to become better and better at. That's where I'm at with meditation. Oh, that's a statement I can make that is true. But we want to be much better than that, you know? So that's where I'm at with my meditation journey. But with mudras and mantras, those are things that I'm able to do for a long period of time. And I'm working on my energy. And I'm taking that moment to sit and be still. And I'm sending the vibrations out. For me, it is a meditation because I receive energy as well. I have thoughts, that the feelings come up. There's so many times I end up crying, which is a release. That's what we're doing. And that's very good versus Scorpio energy versus the energy being released at inconvenient times in places and situations. Or towards people that we don't want. That would be a lack of control. This is working on your emotional and your spiritual discipline, because it is an emotional and spiritual discipline because it deals with control. In order to be successful and strategic in how you make the moves and then come out successful, you have to control yourself. You have to control how you move, what you put out, whether you're reacting versus responding versus you're stoic and you're unbothered. Because you have your focus elsewhere. It's like, okay, that you know, the stones become pebbles. And then you, even after being even stolen, you become grateful, you become appreciative, because the stones that they're throwing, you're using it to build your throne or your castle. So that's excellent. That's excellent. Gratitude is always the highest vibration and fantastic. You know, I like to say, I don't want to fall in love. Fuck all that. That shit is annoying. But actually I made a post about it. So rather than fall in love, like what we should be doing is ascending and appreciation. Appreciation. Y'all know I have a list. It's okay. It's okay. I have Pluto in the 3rd house, but I still choose to use I know my communication is powerful, even if I have a list. That's funny because I noticed a lot of people. I keep hearing people that have lists that do make YouTube videos, and I love their videos. And I'm like, yes, they didn't let that hold them back. Yes. Oh. And I'll be like, what's holding you back, Whitney? What's holding you back? Oh. Prosperity priestess. Gratitude. So, we can, what's holding you back? Well, I was studying my chart, and I was like, oh yeah, I do feel, that is exactly how I feel. Thank you, all these astrologers, and they be talking about these different placements, and yes, I do feel exactly like that. And some even provide solutions, and it's empowering to know who you are. We give thanks for that awareness, and then because if you can see the issue, then you are able to come up with a solution. But not if you don't know there's a problem. You can't even face it, you don't know it's there. So things I wanted to talk about. I wrote them down. I was talking about this yesterday on the 22nd. Yeah, when it was a Taurus moon in 22. I said some of that, but I didn't. I did make a video. I just didn't talk about these things like I intended to. It's okay. I was flowing, just flowing. It's 29 degrees. I was exploding. Oh yeah. I did a little freestyle. But anyways, this isn't about me. This is about getting these messages out. Which is part of my life path. And I do empower others by being me. And I do like to talk about my placements and my experiences and then correlate that in with the message. You know, that it's not no some fantasy, it's real life. It's what's really going on. The things I'm speaking about, I'm coming to the conclusions of because it's experiences that I had or am having. So, you know, it's being transparent. Because what is there to fear? Fear, false evidence appearing real. Oh, that's how real it is. Yes, I love that warrior energy. That Scorpios, they'll give it to you. I tell you. 8th house energy. The stars. I wrote this yesterday. I'm not even going to try to read this quote that I said yesterday and then wrote down on camera. But what is there to be afraid of? Oh, the skeletons that are in the closet. The skeletons. Well, it's Scorpio season, so why are we acting scared out here? Like, at the end of the day, you can be scared if you want. And a lot of times that can propel us. Fear is a powerful motivator. And shock. But the power comes when you make the choice in what direction you choose. You know, what direction do you choose? You don't have to be afraid to be yourself. Easier said than done, right? I wrote stuff down that I'm supposed to say, and then I'm looking at it like, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. As I'm sitting here talking about being scared and not being afraid. I'm like, nope. Nope. I write the things down. Alright, one step at a time and focusing on the energy, how we do want it. So we're not focusing on being scared. We're focusing on being empowered. We're focusing on being victorious. We're focusing on... Scared is the feeling, but what is the choice? The choice is to succeed. The choice is to overcome. The choice is to transcend, which is going above and beyond. That's what we want to do. And we do that energetically, and we do that with our actions as well. And it all starts inside with our energy. The external reality is a representation of our internal conditions. And it's a condition, yes. How, just like the soil in the garden, what condition is it in? What state is it in? What state are we in on the inside? Ooh, Scorpio. Okay, Scorpio season, Gemini moon. Yeah, we love to talk about the trend is mental health, and I like to say mental health is not the problem. People are very emotional. I don't think mental health. I don't think labeling it. Oh, and this is about to go out. I don't think labeling it as mental health is the proper. It's not meant to be proper anyways. It's emotional health. That's really the focus or the issue and what needs to be addressed. People are not addressing how they feel. You know, we're in the climate where they're being covered, told to mask their expression. And that is oppression, that is depression, which goes further into which causes depression. That's what's happening. So that energy with how we feel inside the Scorpio, the emotions, and how we're thinking, Gemini, that's certainly a topic. That's certainly a topic for the moment. But yeah, so I like it to be it's emotional health. It's emotional health. That's why we do these exercises, because they don't want to. It's anything to not acknowledge the feminine aspect of life. So we'll focus on the mental health and the logic. So we're still just gonna ignore the emotions because people have so when you choose to, because it's all out there. There are people who have problems with their cognitive, that's mental, their cognitive functioning. That's not most of the people that we see. Their functioning and cognition is very well intact. They're able to do the things they want to do in terms of tie their shoes and bring the fork to their mouth, and the logic, their alignment logically is fine. What's wrong, what's causing the states of dis-ease is how they feel inside not being addressed. So that's why when you start taking the time to invest in yourself and put that energy and power and focus into you instead of everything external, because that's the other thing. The masculine aspect, the logical aspect, that is an external energy. And once again, if you're focusing on the external, that's not the answer. The answer is focusing on the internal, because on this journey, it is. Even when you're dealing with any of the situations around you, because the situations around you are just the mirror. They're just being presented. They're just there because of what's going on inside. So if you want to address the situation that's going on outside, you go inside. If you want to address what's happening, how you feel inside, same thing. You go inside. You go to the core. You go to the root. You go get deep with it. It's Scorpio season. That's why the shit be coming out. Scorpio season. Woo! And that's how we feel, is we're all up in our minds about those deep convictions, who we are at the core. And a lot of people are in a state where, yes, doing these, using the herbs is a tangible way, and it brings relief to physical dis-ease, which are states and conditions. But there's as above, so below. Health, life, living is holistic. So when we see an issue manifest physically, it's because there is an issue there internally. And not just internally what we did, whether it was we smoked something like that caused an issue, or we ate something that caused the issue. It's also what we looked at, the energy that came in. Everything is energy. What we looked at, what we were listening to, like the tones and frequencies. Or is it tones? Are we listening to tones and frequencies? Or are we listening to bang bang shoot 'em up? Are we everything is energy? Is it what we're putting in us? Is it low vibrational or high vibrational? So when we want to come out of that pain, that oppression, that depression, that suppression, when we want to raise up, there are simple things that we can do. Nourishing ourselves, investing in ourselves. You already know, nourish your divinity. So we're grateful to be doing that. Spiritual mission. Oh, I'm supposed to talk about, I had this idea. I was stuttering. I don't want to say it. So I'm just going to keep saying the same shit because I don't want to say it. I posted it on my Facebook page. I was, the thought hit me. I was in water when the thought hit too. But I was just, no, I wasn't. I was ironing. Anyways, I was thinking about life without cosmetics. And then it just got deeper. Like, because when you think about the cosmetic industry, it's and it literally, it uses placentas, it uses the babies in the makeup products. And then also, if you look at from the other side, like with mica, sometimes is a large component, ingredient in the products. The way that it's got the mica is being mined. I watched the video of my child, show her some other experiences, how some people live in those areas where it's the mineral is high value, mineral dense, the mica, the value there in that area, because it's being exploited by colonizers. So what happens to the people, the indigenous people there, same here, get part how their role in the exploitation is, their jobs become doing the tasks that is fueling the industry elsewhere. So that's what the mica is. It's like the children they have to work to help. They don't even have to work. They choose to help to feed their help get extra money to feed their families, so that people in America can wear makeup. And that's what the lifestyle is like there in that country, because what is this word? Colonization, capitalization. What, we've set up a business in another country to capitalize. Yeah, because of that, because of what America does. So it impoverishes other people and native people, and they're not living their life really as people in general, because they're just forced to become part of an industry that they didn't even ask for. So it's that's colonization. And yeah, so it gets deep. Scorpio. So life without cosmetics. So it's taking people's life and culture away, so that mica could be mined, or is being mined, so it can go into the makeup. Well, it was ethically sourced. You mean the natural indigenous people of that area didn't pick it with their hands? Is that what you mean by it was ethically sourced, mica? Or what exactly do you mean? That was you guys didn't use people, you used the machines? But now the people can't use that land, or they can't have access to that natural resource that's there because a company has claimed ownership to this area. This is the whole capitalization and colonization battle. We claim ownership to this area. So anyways, life without cosmetics, it gets real deep, because the cosmetic industry is destroying people's lives, whether it's the baby fetus. So then there's the concept of what the fuck they do in America. The baby comes out, they cut the umbilical cord. That's not the proper way, but that's the training process and procedure. That is the proper procedure in the Western medicine world. In the Western medicine world, that is the procedure for birth. The baby comes out, cut the umbilical cord. No, the birth, which is the baby coming out, is just as important as the afterbirth, which is when the what's this coming out? The placenta? It's the placenta that's coming out. And the afterbirth, it's a tree of life. It's a natural antibiotics. Of course, they don't want you to have that. Neither the breast milk either. They don't want you to have these things that are gonna boost yourself naturally, the natural immunity. They don't want you to, when you come out and you're supposed to rub that all into the skin, that's all for your natural immunity. Because they have something for your immune system. They don't want your immune system to be naturally strong. Life and nature provides, but the pushed programming is lies. Is anti-life, all of it. And cosmetics is part of that. Putting all the makeup on. And then the shit gets so deep. Okay? Because 8th house energy, gender, sexuality. It gets deep. From destroying families and children dying, trying to work to get stuff, for taking the placentas, to a makeup industry which is being used to support and push an agenda of against heterosexual relationships, which if those didn't exist, none of us would be here. You see what I'm saying? It's like, let's cut the trees down, but need those, because if those aren't there, then we're not going to be able to breathe. It's like this is the last battle. It's the air. It reminds me of the movie with the Arnold Schwarzenegger. It reminds me of that movie. One of his movies. I think it's called Total Recall. And I don't know if that's the proper movie where that was what was happening. I remember I was watching a couple of those movies at the time before. And but the people, they're in these different areas, you know, it's in the future, and like they don't got control of the air. We already know we pay for our fire, and we pay for our electricity versus solar power. We pay for that fire. We pay for the stove. We pay for that natural resource, the fire. That those elements was already in the air, that we could start a fire if we knew how in the woods, but we pay for it. Or if you know how to create the technology to get the solar. We are solar technology, and just like the plants and what is this stuff? And the chlorophyll, and that process. This is life. This is nature. It's not supposed to cost money, but we pay for the fire. You know, we pay for water. You know that. Then the free water is fluoridated toilet water. I recycle toilet water with fluoride in it and chlorine. So when you stop drinking it and you get water out the tap, when you stop drinking tap water, and then after a while, and that's your new conditioning state, when you get water out the tap, you can smell it. You can smell the bleach in it. So try that. Try to stop drinking it for a while and see what happens. And go back to it and smell it and see. That's how you know it's a conditioning. It's so normal that we're not even thinking about it. We don't even realize how it smells. Anyways, but mind you, people will be at a perception that catching rainwater is illegal. Fuck the perception. Catching rainwater is illegal. Why? It's free. So it's just things to think about, you know, and take actions that you see fit. Like living off grid and catching water and drinking water from the rain and being grateful when it rains and having that available for your family to live off of. Being grateful that there's water in your area or that there's a well. Being grateful for nature, not polluting it. You knowing that it is part of you and what sustains you, and you need it. So you need to live in alignment with it, not against it. And that's what so many people are doing with their life, their body. It's natural, it's nature, and we're not living in alignment with our bodies. Like I remember when I worked a night shift job, went all against my circadian rhythm, and I felt like a zombie, and it was crazy, all the things that were happening. And I had to get bit by a spider at the job. 8th house energy, Scorpio season. And then there was a swell up, and then so it had to be an extreme situation. So boom, then I took action. Yes, extreme Scorpio energy. So then I had to take action, like, because they were like, we weren't sure if I was still going to be able to breathe or whatever. Nothing important. I didn't know if we were going to be able to breathe or whatever. Because of where the swelling was at, where I got bit by the spider at work. There was a spider infestation. So they didn't do anything about it until one of the residents got bit, of course. I got bit twice within 2 weeks. And both times, like, I got swelled up and had inflammation, and then, shit was crazy. And then how I went to the walk-in, how they talked to me crazy and shit. Like, do I have insurance? Do you have a job? I was like, yo, go get your supervisor. You're asking me stupid ass questions. That's not even part of do I have a job? Go get your supervisor. I don't even like how you're talking to me. Anyways, that's how I talk to them. Then they switch it. Well, if you just do that. Oh, okay. You were just trying to be a smart ass? I know. I felt that. So I came back with it. Oh, that's Scorpio energy. Anyways, it doesn't matter. All these things happened, and it was extreme, and you get pushed against the wall, the pressure. And I had to make choices to address my health and what was going on. And there was just a lot that was going on in my life, and I wasn't even paying attention to it. I wasn't in alignment. This is the point I'm trying to get at with me and what was going on with me. This was at least a decade ago, because this was before I had a child. Wow. This was at least a decade ago. Pluto's about to come out of retrograde? I already made a post about this. I'm supposed to know these things. It did already. Yes, it did. It was the first that came out of retrograde. Yeah, Pluto, that's what, is this an 8-year cycle? So I'm just thinking about like, oh, this is why these themes are coming up in my mind. This is, oh, okay, this is why I'm telling the story from X amount of years ago. Oh, okay, I see. And here we are in a Pluto-Mars season, Scorpio season. Day number 1. It's a very esoteric house and energy. And certainly family lineage. It's huge. No cosmetics, no sex, and no bra. That's what it says on the paper. That's what I'm supposed to be saying. That's the idea that I had. And I was starting to get off of the path while I was explaining the cosmetic thing. But it all relates to life and Scorpio, life and death. So you know how there's like no shave November or some shit like that, or there's all these different. I have a lot of ideas. Look at my body language. I'm not being confident in what I'm saying. I'm looking away from the camera. I'm wiping my eye. Damn. Let me be confident in me and my plans and intentions and ideas. They're important. And it's okay to know that and express it as such. That's what I'm supposed to do, and confidently. So we can use our energy in harmonious ways and in uplifting ways, and instead of dumbass challenges. I don't know half of them, but remember when there was the book challenge and it was like, instead of putting money to your ear, it was like, oh, the book challenge. Let's do challenges like that, empowering challenges. So, you know, just thinking about the severity of life and death, and then, oh, this is why it gets deeper. This is why the no sex, because sexuality, and then, and all of the atrocity. What are they? What is it when it's against God? Not sin. And abomination. All the inappropriate abominations that happen sexually. And in a society where over-sexualization is a reality that is like, not, this is addressing the reality of the over-sexualization in the culture. That's my point. That's why this will be a challenge addressing that. Where it's like, we're looking at breast as entertainment and excitement versus what it's there for, and nourishment. Where people are, I remember when I was scared to like, oh, should I breastfeed my child? Should I nurse my child? Is that the right thing? And I was grateful for the programs that I was able to go to and learn about that, and the information that I looked up. And I'm like, this is crazy. For why would we not breastfeed? Oh, that concept came about when politically y'all wanted women to do the job so you can have the men go do the war. So then there was a push and lies and propagandas to say in a product created to make the women not feel guilty, and everything was created so that they can leave their babies. Here, daycare. Here, formula. The name is fucking crazy in itself. But it's like these things is just being pushed as normal. So much. This culture is crazy, this culture. But you don't have to choose to live that way if you don't want to. But then you'll be ostracized. Well, then fucking be Scorpio energy. Be ostracized and not give a fuck. I'm grateful for it. You don't, it's not something, you don't be ostracized from a death culture. That's gratitude. Gratitude. So yeah, no cosmetics, no sex, and no bra. It's just addressing the over-sexuality in the culture. And I was thinking that would be a cool challenge to do during Scorpio season, pertaining to nourishing your divinity. That's what I do. That's my slogan. Nourish your divinity. It's But for my business, that's what I do. So, anyways, because that should be the focus. The spiritual mission, the life path, the journeys. This is why we talk about these things. This is what they try to keep you away from, because it is what it is empowering. It is what you should be focusing on, is on yourself and not the external, not everybody else, not trying to look a certain way. That's makeup. That's cosmetics to look. That should be the last focus. I'm not saying you gotta walk outside dusty and shit, but it's not what you do, it's how you do what you do and why. And this is Scorpio energy. We're getting at the core of how you move, why you move. It's internally, what's going on at the core. Do you feel inadequate? So that's why you put makeup on before you leave the house. That's why you contribute to the death culture. Even if you do know you're putting, placenta on your face. You could put a natural clay mask on your face. You don't have to put makeup on your face. You could just wake up like this. That's something that is a state of being, consistent, natural. It would take time, and you work at that. The cover up, the makeup, that's the immediate gratification that this culture is obsessed with. Not working at something, putting in that work, and climbing, achieving, and anything easy will not last. Anything worthwhile will not be easy. Let's go. It is not a game. What is your focus? Is your focus your internal, your state of being, your being happy? People go to 13 years of public schools and they're not, they graduate. And then you look at their life, it's like 5 years later, 10 years later, it's like, are they happy? Are they successful? And are they healthy? And I just keep looking around and it's like, I don't see that. I don't see, let me slow down. My goal is to have all three, and I know I can have it by choosing to be it. So that's what I focus on. Happy, successful, and healthy. If I'm happy and healthy, to me, I am successful. Because the success is when you build towards that goal. It's a good quote. Success is like the worthy realization, the steady realization of a worthy goal. So when you keep working at it, it doesn't mean that it's complete. It means that you keep working at it. Like I feel, and that's why I feel great that I got my herbs together and put them in the jars. I'm taking more and more steps in the direction that I know where I want to go. All right, so then why do your herbs look like that in the cabinet? And it should look like those pictures that you see and you like when you see it on Facebook and you hit the heart button, like, oh, in the herb cabinet, like your cabinet kind of looks like that if you organize it and put it. You got mad glass jars, you got mad herbs, but why is it sitting in the plastic? Do it right. Make it look great. Get it labeled. Get familiar with your herbs and do more and more and more with it. Like you want to be doing it, should be doing. And like what happened when Uranus and Taurus were conjunct yesterday and the day before. And yeah, I had to pull them out. And on camera, I'm just following my life back. And I'm grateful. Yay. So everyone can be doing this, following what their life path is if they choose to focus on it. And that's what it's all about. And not getting caught up in the distractions and worrying about how somebody else thinks you look. Or if you're basing because it's more than just worrying about how they think you look. It's really, are you basing your value on how you look versus how you feel? That's what create the condition of wearing a mask. You're not comfortable with how you feel, so you create an illusion. You wear a mask, put the costume on, but you are comfortable with how you look. And a lot of times we do that. It's like, or it's the concept of somebody choosing to focus on work instead of address whatever internal issues they may need to address at home. Same concept as external versus the internal. So yeah, Scorpio season. No cosmetics, no sex, no bra. Yes. Why I don't wear bra often. Because it was explained to me that it was like, because they, first of all, It's crazy. And then it's anti-cancer. And then it's like all these metals that they put us. I stopped using certain deodorants because of the metal that's in it. And I'm learning. And I'm like, damn, they be trying to put metals in this in deodorant. They try to put metals in this with the teeth and the caps and the shit. They try to put metal in this with injections. Oh, yes. Lethal death injections. Somebody said that. But they said it, yes. But the way that they said it, and I was like, that's how they need to be called from now on. Let's just get Scorpio energy straight to the cut. If it looks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, we're going to call that bitch a duck. So, lethal death injections is what they are now. That's what they've been, or lethal injections of disease. And they tell you what it is. This has a virus in it. Let's put this inside of you. That's as backwards as a theory of evolution. If they tell you it was a theory, but then they teach you it, it's not a fact. And there are facts that exist, and there's empirical evidence that show the facts that exist. And there's biological DNA that shows it. Like the things that people are learning in school are not the things that are known as truths in the relative to the respective field of study. They're just, I don't know how that happens, but we all been there and we all went through this system, and yeah, we're all where we're at. So, it was never created to help us. All right. And this is why you should be empowered in knowing yourself and being self-sufficient and following your path and focusing internally, not externally. It's not about what other people want, what they think, how they feel. It's about what you want, what you think, how you feel, what works for you. Like if your family wants you to be a doctor, but you want to be a stewardess. Or if your family wants you to be a nail technician, but you want to be a lawyer. Same concept. You have to do what works for you and stand up authentically and express it. Express what's deep down. That was the energy of today. So I appreciate you guys for joining me for this video, and stay tuned for the next one. Remember to always ask ancestors and to surely seek spirit.